learned with a lot of the casual games I worked on to treat, it's kind of more of a mindset thing, but to treat each update as a relaunch of the game. So everything's, icons new, the screenshots are new, new promo video, and that actually works. A lot of people just kind of run out of things to do.
Yeah.
And even if they're not spending, like there's just everything is stale. They've seen this before. So really marketing all the new, the wow, the whiz bang factor, I think is key, and that creates engagement, which leads to retention, which leads to monetization.
Right.
But so Sims FreePlay, I think it was in the App Store for about 5 years, did very well for EA. The team I was working on at the time, we were like the content producers for the free-to-play games, free-to-play mobile games. So we had a lot of latitude to work directly with the studio and the product marketing managers to determine, okay, here's all this awesome content you guys are building. Here's some of the crazy ways we can market it. And because it was kind of early in free-to-play, the company was a little more hands-off with what we did. There's a lot of experimentation. So we were doing things with, push notifications leading to in-app notifications, leading to interstitials to really showcase the new content. But not only to showcase it, to tease it in like an episodic way. So we got the playbook for these updates, months in advance. And then we started building the campaigns like a month or two before, with the idea of slowly leaking out the material to really, really engage the core user base, but then to also have this like rush of new content that, hopefully we got refeatured. Hopefully EA gave us some great cross-promotional traffic. Maybe we got some PR, whatever. The idea was to really use the content to drive acquisition, engagement, and retention. And we figured we'd do it with the updates because it was kind of like a new season of a TV show. That was kind of how we thought of it.
Right.
And eventually that became a strategy that EA brought to Apple and Google and said, look, this is all the stuff we're doing in our free-to-play games. This is all this new content. It's kind of like a relaunch of the game. Will you please refeature us? At the time, it was basically the model was still you launch, you get featured, and then good luck. So EA and other publishers were saying, look, we're adding like celebrities. We're doing all this stuff. Refeature us because we're doing all this user acquisition. We're not getting the traffic like organically from your platform. And we know the only way to do that is with featuring. So eventually that argument went out when we started sharing some of the data that we were getting. So to give you an example, like in June of 2012, we had this strange update in the Sims FreePlay. It was called the Nightclub update.
Okay.
So the idea is like disco, Friday night, everyone. But it wouldn't be The Sims if it didn't have other weird mechanics next gen. So there was like a party boat, which was also basically the way they integrated Facebook Connect into the game. So you go to the party boat. That's how you bring your friends onto the party boat, and then the game is linked to Facebook. So that was the mechanic. That was kind of odd, but we played with that. And then they added cats because we had dogs before in an update, and people complained why aren't there cats? So
all those cat people.
Just couldn't get them at the same time as dogs. So sorry,
of course,
the cats are coming. So we took those three stories and we kind of wove them together in this teaser campaign. So players that were already in the game, they get hit with a push notification indicating that kind of go into the game. We're about to disclose some cool stuff that's coming, and then we hit them up with an in-app notification, so like an overlay notification that would tell part of the story, and then a banner, like a full screen banner ad. And those, we were able at that point to link that inventory to Facebook. And back then, like a Facebook organic like mattered a lot more than it does now.
Yeah.
So the plan was like leak it out slowly through the game, through these different like channels we have, and then drive the traffic because we wanted to build up a social media following. And we knew we could like harness the traffic in game to do that. So we started sending people to Facebook. We started leaking teaser trailers that we had cut, and then like blurred out screenshots, less blurred out screenshots, just snippets, like a little bit every day. And that we really started seeing like upticks in engagement. And then as soon as the content would drop, we'd kind of go nuts with the cross promotion. We were starting to get refeatured at this time. So we had that going. We had organics coming in plus paid. We were doing paid user acquisition with the same sort of marketing, kind of going on all cylinders. So then what we saw was like a near like $2 million uptick in revenue. It was like going up almost 60% week over week.
Wow.
Just because of this, just because we marketed it effectively. Facebook likes, we generated over 50,000 in under 2 weeks. And then our YouTube channel, which was very small, we got, 500,000 views of our trailers. So that was like a watershed moment for us because we were just kind of experimenting. We took the cats and towards the end of the campaign, we created like lolcat memes. And what we did was we had people go to Facebook and submit, like, take a screenshot of your sim cat or use the assets we put on Facebook, create your own meme, like lolcat style, and submit it to us. And we'll publish the winners in the game, like on Facebook, and caption them. We had our copywriters like riffing on kind of New Yorker style cartoons, like, here are some caption options, come up with something better. And every time like the players came up with something better, our copywriters were like, wow, I'm going to be out of the job. And that really actually, cats outsold the dogs. In fairness to the dogs, we didn't do as much marketing around the dogs because we didn't quite know how to do that yet at that point. But so that was I think that was a story where it was really The Sims. It's about personalization. It's about what do you do with these animals. What do you do when you're in a disco in Simland? So we just kind of let people's imagination run wild, and then used their activity and their love for the game and their expression of that, like, as part of our marketing, and it worked very well.
Wow, that's amazing. That's quite like a glory story if I've ever heard one, and like so creative too. That's super fun.
They use the same strategies for Simpsons Tapped Out and other games, to great effect. So it was cool to see that kind of content marketing work, because content marketing is traditionally kind of very expensive, and you don't always have the great stories. User acquisition it's very clear, very cut and dry.
Yeah.
Content marketing, it can be a little more nebulous. So this was great that we had so much data to kind of validate what we were doing.
That's amazing. Yeah.